Hey, what up guys? We're going to be talking about UFC 188. One of the greatest cards in a while. Upsets happen, and we're going to break it down here on the MMA Breakdown. So let's roll the intro, and let's get it rolling. You know what, guys? Was it just me, or did Cain look a little bit out of shape for this fight? I know he came back from an injury, but links below to see the full fight if you haven't seen it, and I'll definitely let you see it on my Facebook page. Go there right now. But I said this, was it the altitude? If this fight would have happened at, like in Las Vegas, would have been a different output, because they're fighting at like 7,000 feet up, which is way higher than Denver, Colorado, which is a mile high. And Fabricio Werdum just looked on point, looked like every time Cain was throwing punches and bunches, he would get him in the clinch, and the clinch is what won him this fight. He would just keep clinching him, and Cain looked a little bit gassed out. And me personally, I think it's happened because this fight happened in Mexico City, way up in the mountains. Mexico City's way up high, like 7,000 feet high, like I said. But Cain is still a beast. He's still, in my mind, the best heavyweight out there. Will he come back and beat Fabricio Werdum? Yeah, probably. But this fight will have to happen in like California, Las Vegas, because when you're a heavyweight or just a dude fighting in general and you're training at sea level, there's a big, huge difference between fighting at sea level, fighting at altitude, because altitude training is what Cain should have been training at the whole time. Cain should have went and trained at a high altitude so he can get his gas tank ready for this fight. There's a huge difference when you're up in the mountains. It's harder to breathe, harder to get that gas tank running and pumping like you normally used to when you're fighting at sea level. So at the end of the day, hats off goes to Fabricio Werdum for what he did, and what Fabricio did was pretty damn good. But at the end of the day, I still think Cain will be back, and Cain will remain the champion. He'll get a title shot again, and he will win if it's in like San Jose or Las Vegas. It's just what it is, man. Everybody was counting out Cain Velasquez, saying he's not going to win this fight. Fabricio is just a better dude. Yes, if Cain could have got his wrestling going and got his fights the way he fought against Junior Santos, he probably would have won this fight. But at the end of the day, I think Fabricio Werdum won because he was training in Mexico City, and he was living there and training for the last like 2 months. And there's a big difference between training somewhere and getting your cardio used to that climate to training where you normally train. And Cain just looked out of it after the second round, like he got clinched up and he was just getting beat up. But there's no quitting Cain Velasquez. If Cain would have never got caught in that guillotine, would he have been able to come back and win the fight? I don't know, because Cain was already losing the fight. I think Cain was already getting boxed up. The boxing of Fabricio Werdum is way better than the boxing of Cain. Cain is more of a wild dude with a lot of heavy punches and bunches, and throws a lot of combos and throws a lot of devastating shots and a variety of punches. And that's my personal opinion. He throws a lot of punches in his arsenal and shoots in and takes people down and grounds and pounds them and does a lot. But Cain will be back. At the end of the day, you can see the fight at Facebook.com/The MMA Underground. As always, I'm Trevor, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Was it a great fight? It was good for what it was. But I will definitely see you guys soon. Bye-bye.